You're gonna hear it. Yep, we're listening to music. All right, we're here. Good afternoon, everybody out in Blog Talk Radio land. We're wanting to, a little background voices, but sounds good. Well, I hope so. We got a lot of stuff to talk about today. We're trying to get our little technical things taken care of so that we look like we've got a pretty good show going. If I could get my son to pull up the website so I can pull it up, I'd appreciate it. We've got quite a bit of things to get done today, and we're going to start out with something that my daughter has strong feelings about as well as myself. I think one of the things that really upset me about this president is his lack of support for our troops. When he throughout his presidency and within the last 6 months, I've had to thank the troops for what they did on my show, because the president just doesn't do it. He doesn't get it. I'm not sure he's ever going to get it. He doesn't call Afghanistan, Pakistan, and Iraq and what it is. It's a war. It's not a disagreement. It's not this, not that. It's a war. And we need to treat it like a war, and we need to support our troops. That's the biggest thing that you'll find me talking about all the time, is supporting the troops. We put this website and this show together, Conservative Freedom USA, and you can email us if there's something you want, or you can call in at 1-714-242-5223. You can email us at conservativefreedomusa@gmail.com. We put this thing together to dedicate ourselves to keeping the values of God, the Constitution, and the American way of life. And I got to tell you, that's what we want to do. There was a song when I was a kid. We had all these groups because everything was real patriotic called Up With People. And there was a lady that was a good friend, a girl that was a good friend of my sister's, and her mother was a songwriter, and she wrote a song, and it said, "Freedom isn't free, you've got to pay the price, you've got to sacrifice for your liberty." And that's what our men in uniform are doing. They're sacrificing for our liberty. Now, we've got a ton of our military boys that are coming back, and they're tore up. And I frankly don't feel like this government's doing enough, and we're going to talk about that in a few minutes. However, my daughter said, "Dad, there's something I want you to read," and I said, "Okay." And she brought it to me, and I'm going to get through this. I told her I wanted her to read it on the air, but she said, number one, she said I got a voice that sounds like I'm a kid, and nobody would believe I'm a full-grown person. Boy, she's going to kill me when I get done. And but the big reason was, she says, I won't be able to get through without crying. So I want to give you an idea of this thing. It's going around. I'm hoping we have this on our website. If we don't, we'll get a copy of this letter on the website, because I think if you would do me a favor, and after you hear this letter that is in an email, you will want to send this letter out on your email to everybody you can. And if we don't have it up, Jane, make sure that I'm right here. It's Conservative Freedom. Yeah, y'all probably think I don't have a memory at all, but you have to understand, he's got me about, looks like between 5 and 10 different things I'm supposed to remember. But I think we're going to be conservativefreedomusa@gmail.com. I think that's going to end up being right. And if you want the link with this thing, just give me a call, and we will, or you can call here on the show, or you can email. He's going to be posting it, but if you email us, we will send you the letter back. Okay? It's Conservative Freedom for All @gmail.com. I'm going to get this right. Conservative Freedom for All @gmail.com. I'll bet you this time tomorrow I have a note on my computer that has that. This is the email that I want you to hear, and I wished I had a better voice, and I wished I were somebody who could read this the way it needs to be, but this is all I have, so this is it. The title on this thing is "Bless This Airline Captain." He writes, "My lead flight attendant came to me and said, 'We're having an HR on this flight.' Now, HR stands for Human Remains. 'Are they military?' I asked. 'Yes,' she said. 'Is there an escort?' I asked. 'Yes, I already assigned him a seat.' 'Would you please tell him to come to the flight deck? You can board him early,' I said. A short while later, a young Army sergeant entered the flight deck. He was the image of the perfectly dressed soldier. He introduced himself, and I asked him about his soldier. The escorts of these fallen soldiers talk about them as if they were still alive and they were still with us. 'My soldier is on his way back to Virginia,' he said. He proceeded to answer my questions, but he didn't offer any words. I asked him if there was anything I could do for him, and he said no. I told him that he had the toughest job in the military, and that I appreciated the work that he does for the families of our fallen soldiers. The first officer and I got up out of our seats to shake his hand, he left the flight deck to find his seat. We completed our pre-check